And taking another shortcut to Bill's garage. This is a nice little drive. This is on the outskirts of actually Sparks, Nevada. And we'll be over there momentarily. I had to come downtown for an errand, and this is the Silver Legacy Hotel, and over here is the El Dorado. Two older hotels here in Reno, and I'll be going to Bill's here pretty quick, but I had to come down here and do some stuff. All right, green light. And actually over here, here's a new hotel called the J Resort. And this should be pretty interesting. So new properties are opening, new casinos, because thousands are moving here. And a lot of them are retired, and hotel owners know what those folks are gonna do. They're gonna end up in the casinos. So that's the strategy of Nevada for 100 years. Back when we were the only state that had legalized gambling. Okay, once again, I'm pretty excited to go over here to Bill's, to his garage. And there's a Lindisfarne record that I want to look at. Because I bought the debut, the US press, and I have no idea what I'm gonna be looking for today, so this will be fun. Okay, I'm coming in for a landing at Bill's. This is gonna be a quick one. He's got to get to work, so I'll do what I can do. And this is all you get to see, because this is my honey hole. And yeah, so that's his garage. That's Bill's. Okay, I know what it looks like from here. But now here's a box I don't think I've ever looked in. And I've been looking for this Donovan album. Look at all these Who Are You? I have 1 or 2 copies. 1 copy. I've never seen that Greatest James Gang. And I love that Edgar Winter group album. They only come out at night, I believe. There's a Fats Domino comp. I have a really nice copy of Nancy and Lee. EC. That's all worn. Backless. Another Nightfly. I pulled one out of here a few months ago. Love that album. This is a good album too. Might have to, this should be good. Best of Joe Walsh. Look at all those CSNs in the long run. Oh, Turning Point. This is a really good Don McLean album. One's in the shrink. And I have that Van Morrison. Tupelo Honey's my top 3 for Van the Man. Equinox sticks. Let's see here. There we go, some Deep Purple. Now I have all of these. What? All right, another really fun day digging for records at Bill's Garage. Talking to Bill as I'm digging. I don't mind that at all because I've been over there so many times. And just when you think there might not be very many good records, you're mistaken. Because this time, I couldn't believe it. You'll see, I'll get started. And I have some from a couple weeks ago that there's just too many to show. So I have a big stack here. I'm going to get going. And first off, B52's Mesopotamia. Now, this is cool. This has Loveland, Deep Sleep, Side 2 Cake. Throw that beat in the garbage can. Nip it in the bud. Yeah, baby. Love some B52s. Athens, Georgia. There's the hype. And next up, this band is from New Mexico. This is on a promo. This is Philistines. Turn Up the Music. This was a really cool find. Very new wave punk. Good band. I just need to dive into this. I'm going to spin this after this video again. I played the A side. Really, really good. Here's the songs here for Philistines. This is from around 1982. Yeah, 1982. And here it is on the really cool white label promo for the Philistines out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. And here's one for Steve from Chicago. This is Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards. I have this on the repress, and it's just nice to have it on an OG. Really, really cool. So, great record. I love Uriah Heep as well. And from the UK, this was, I couldn't believe this. You know, Berkshire Mike showed this, and this is Pink Fairies. Unreal. In Bill's Garage, Pink Fairies. This is a good one. Look at this cover. Look at that. Just amazing. And here on the UK press, made in England on Polydor Records, Pink Fairies. And this, you know, some of these records, I just can't believe that I own them, that I have them, and that they're in Bill's Garage. I just can't believe it. This is the clones of Dr. Funkenstein, and this is Parliament, right? Just too cool. And this is on Casablanca Records. And then this is a record that you just don't find in the wild, let alone the real wild like Bill's Garage. This is 5150, Van Halen. And yes, they lost, you know, David, but they gained one of the greatest singers in rock and roll, so they did all right. Yeah, I do prefer the David Lee Roth years, but I like them both, actually. I mean, I like diversity. What can I say? I like a lot of different music. And the back cover here, and the original slip cover, and the OG on the white Warner Brothers label. And this was one of my most fun records to pull out of Bill's in recent memory, and one of my favorite Frank Sinatra records. This is an EP, New York, New York. And not only that, there is My Kind of Town and LA Is My Lady. And if you don't know that track, please sample it. This is really, really nice. And here's a record that I just, you know, I've never found it thrifting, hunting, anywhere. And yes, at Bill's, I get the debut Blondie, Too Cool for Words, Ex-Offender, Little Girl Eyes, In the Flesh. Man Overboard. Ah, very, very nice to have this. I pulled one other record by this great artist that was in Roxy Music out of Bill's, and here's another one, another Green World by Brian Eno. And you know what? On CD, I could never get into this, but now on vinyl, I really, really enjoy it. And that's the beauty of vinyl. You just tend to, you listen to it. It's just something about it. With CDs, I did a lot of playlists for years. And I got away from, complete albums. And now that I'm back into vinyl for 3-4 years, I listen to the whole record, and it's just great. And this is my second record by Steve Harley and the Cockney Rebels. This one is exceptional. I mean, you really hear a lot of Roxy music, Lou Reed, Bowie, T-Rex, in Steve Harley, especially Roxy music and Brian Ferry. But I'm really into Steve Harley lately, and I've really enjoyed these records. I just have two, and both of them are out of Bill's garage. And then check this out. I've been looking for these records for the longest time. I have them on CD. Yes, this is the band that spawned from Buzzcocks magazine. Look at that. Magic, Murder, and the Weather. This was so enjoyable to get this. Of course, this is about the fourth record or so of magazine. And it made me think that I should get one more, and I did this online, and I bought Play by magazine. I'm looking for the debut, so we'll see. But I love this band. I really like magazine. I like a lot of post-punk records. And this record I've skipped by many, many times. I'm very happy to have this. This is Psych. This is 60s, jazz, and this is Gabor Szabo, and this is jazz raga. Just unreal. This is so cool. I've been a big Gabor Szabo fan for years, and he plays Martin guitars and Gibsons, a D35, I remember, and this is on the Impulse label for Gabor Szabo, Jazz Ragas. And then I just could not pass this up. I would love to get earlier titles by this great Australian band. And guys, that's Midnight Oil, Diesel and Dust, Beds Are Burning. I spun this before this. I walked in the door, I put this on, and the sonics on this are just amazing. All these records seriously sound good because I spun actually quite a few. And I'm just really pleased to have this record. It's a good one. Of course, they're commercial breakthrough, right? But very nice to have Midnight Oil. And this guy with Link Ray, I love Robert Gordon. Love him. And, Red Hot, if you don't know it, listen to Robert Gordon and Red Hot. Stream it. It's infectious. And there he is, and here he is with the man, the great Link Ray. Very cool to have this. And something else I got, I already pulled one of these copies. This should be the debut for Bill Withers, Just As I Am, but here was one in the shrink, right? And so now I have two, and what to do, right? I have two. So here's Bill. Such a wonderful, Ain't No Sunshine's on here, Grandma's Hands. He does a cover of Everybody's Talking. And then I had never had Still Life, the show from 1981 from the Rolling Stones. This is fun. I spun both sides. I spent about an hour and a half when I walked in the door to get this ready to show off these records. So this is wonderful to have. And the original inner for Still Life, American Concert 1981. Now this is really unusual. This is the German prog rock band, early 70s. This is their debut. They're from Cologne, Germany. And this is Mediterranean Tales. This is Triumphrat. At first I didn't know what this was, and then I remembered. And this is just, I love prog rock. I really do. But what don't I like, really? And this is, I'm really going to dive into this. Wonderful record. Back cover, map of the world. And this is on Harvest. This was quite a find, really. And it plays dead quiet. This is on Gemma. Now check this out. This is just, I mean, this is near mint to mint on the jacket. This is Striper, In God We Trust. And this is, no, it's not a promo, but just minty. Very, very nice. And let me show you In God We Trust for Striper. And it's included with, this is intact. Right? Yeah. And yes, I like everything. You want to call it hair metal? Go ahead. I mean, there's so many bands from that era that just sound good now. At the time, I was a little into other bands, but now I'm just enjoying so many different genres because we've, you know, lived through that music. Now, this is about my favorite record, and it opens, well, the second cut, I'm just going to tell you, I've got to use my imagination, and the opener is Midnight Train to Georgia. And Gladys Knight, I'm telling you right now, next to the Queen of Soul, Aretha, Gladys Knight is got to be my second favorite, if not in a dead tie with Aretha Franklin. What a vocalist, and I'm just so glad to have this album. Never had it, don't have it on CD, and this is just flat out wonderful. Look at that hype, you guys. I'm just loving having this. And here is a album called Dirty Work, and I had never had this. This is just, oh man, I'm just excited, and I didn't get to spin this yet. I'm gonna. And here are the Rolling Stones with Dirty Work. And you know, Harlem Shuffle's on here. This is cool. There we go for the record. And then the name is Bootsy, baby. Yes, it is. Here's Bootsy Collins. And so, you know, I've pulled a lot of Parliament, Funkadelic, Bootsy Collins, Out of Bills, Beastie Boys. Yeah, and there's more records over there. So I'll be going in about 2 more weeks. Now here's a record that blew my mind. At first I didn't know what it was, and then I remembered this is like a super group with Robert Smith. This is Blue Sunshine, The Glove. They only did the one record, and this should be from 1983 if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is. And I streamed this on the way home. I mean, this is just cool, really interesting. Blue Sunshine, The Glove, and it's on this really nice label. There you go. And on the other side, last one, and this is a nice record. I didn't really save the best for last, but this is a good one. This is The Secret Policeman's Ball, the other ball that is, and this is just flat out cool. I mean, with Sting doing a solo on Roxanne and Message in a Bottle, and then Bob Geldof and Johnny Fingers doing I Don't Like Mondays, just solo, piano and Bob singing. And the backside has Donovan, Universal Soldier, Catch the Wind, and they the Secret Police get together and do a great rendition of I Shall Be Released. So that was a whole lot of fun, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, and I'm going to keep going to the never-ending dig at Bill's Garage. All right, thanks.